Beardo Benjo.
Hello there everyone, and welcome to a strange little video about Hitman 3 VR on the PC. Now today I'm going to try to complete the Dubai mission. I'm going to try and kill both of my targets in VR here in a smooth, slick and controlled manner, whilst also talking about my honest feelings about this game and about this port, because it has caused quite a stir in the VR community. Everyone was excited for this to finally come to PC VR, and then it did, and people are not happy. And I completely and utterly understand why. Immediately the game was destroyed with reviews on Steam. The negatives were just rolling in on the first day. It now sits on mixed as more reviews start to filter in, which are primarily from flat screen players. But the anger of the VR community is so loud on this one, and I completely understand why. Now, I made a video of this on launch day, and I had a really good time with it. And I do have a really good time whenever I come and play Hitman VR. However, that doesn't mean I don't agree with all of the criticisms that have been thrown out there by everybody else in the community. Now, for me personally, I'm a little bit less irked than probably most people because, one, I played a ton of the PSVR version, and I fully expected IOI to just port that version with an additional hand, which is basically what they've done. It does look a bit sharper than the PSVR version, I'll give it that, but it's basically the same thing. The second reason I'm not so irked is because I'm playing this via Game Pass, so it's part of my subscription, and I haven't shelled out the eye-watering $49.99 or $79.99 if you want everything price point for this game. If you are a VR gamer, and only a VR gamer, and I know lots of them, people who discovered VR and now only want to play games in VR, you were expecting to get a VR game from Hitman 3 or Hitman Trilogy. But that's not what you got. You got a flat screen game with a VR mode. And it's not even a particularly well realised VR mode. And I think that's where a lot of the anger is coming from. Look, I can't even select the camera because I've forgotten what bloody button does it. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty and I start trying to actually achieve what I want to achieve in this mission, let's talk about some of the issues, the things that have really irked VR players that they have come to expect as a bare minimum from VR games. Now, the left hand in this game effectively does nothing. Your weapons are always going to be in your right hand. Your melee items are always going to be in your right hand. This is really just window dressing. Yes, you need to use it to choke people, and yes, you need to use it to use the fiber wire, but your right hand is the primary hand. There are no left hand settings for this game, which immediately alienates a huge portion of players who may be left-handed or just find it more comfortable to play with a left hand. There's also things like not being able to dual wield. So if there is a pistol dropped and you pick that up, you would assume that you could maybe pick up something else with your left hand, whether that's a hammer or a wrench or another gun. But you can't, because that isn't built into the flat screen game mechanics. In this game you can't dual wield. That's just a fundamental thing you can't do. So the VR mode didn't add that, because the VR mode is just that, a mode for the flat screen game. They haven't gone over and above to make this feel like a standalone true VR product. Now, I did see a few people also mention there is no smooth turning. I don't know if it's just hidden in the settings, but there is smooth turning, which I've used for both of my videos now. So you can enable smooth turning and you can change the speed of the turning. Once you've got that on, it does kind of fix a lot of the issues, but not everything. One of the other things people have pointed out is it's not really true room scale. So if I start to move over away to like if I walk away from my body, I leave my body, as you can see there. So Agent 47 is still there, and I need to step back into his body to become part of him again. So if someone comes at me and I physically dodge out of the way in the real world, it's not going to cut the mustard, because my body's still going to stand here and take the bullets. I can't maneuver away with my physical self. Now, these are all things that are kind of expected at this point in time from a VR title. You also can't manually grab ladders, as you're seeing right now. I press A to interact. It's the same for chest-high walls. You mantle over them with a button press rather than actually mantling over them. I understand it. I understand why the VR community is irked here. Items in the environment can't be picked up. Your hands actually go see-through if you try to lean down there. Look, I've disappeared. I can't pick them up. I can't pick up these cups on here, because all this stuff can't be interacted with in the flat screen version of the game. Right, let's actually get this mission done. Okay, Ashen Suit, let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm going to basically sprint most of this, and then at the end I'll speak a little bit more about my feelings. Yeah, don't direct me where to go, I know where I'm bloody going, mate. Now, there was also an issue on launch day, which was probably still prevalent in the game, probably still exists, whereby the first time you load into any level, the shader cache is basically bugged to the point where everything loads really blurry, really dark. It looks absolutely abysmal. Right, get through there, get through there, get through there. Ugh. And then the second time you load in, everything looks much better. Uh-oh, she's seen me. Right, get that on. Hey, I got it on in time. Hello, mate. You're right. Oh, that was a close one. Bloody hell. So every time, the first time I loaded into the game, it looked so awful. Everything was really dark, really, really blurry. And I actually was like, whoa, what's going on here? I closed it down, loaded it back up, and that fixed the issue. But that, for most people, when that's their first experience, they won't think to shut the game down and load it back up again. They'll just think, wow, it looks this bad? And that's not good. So I think that is being addressed very, very soon. But the game in general does have a blurriness to it that most people who have played it at this point have pointed out. It isn't crisp until you get super, super close to something, and then it starts to look great. But if you take a step back and look at everything, it is quite blurry. It looks very similar to the PSVR version in that regard. Now, I think most people's big problem, or a lot of content creators anyway, people like myself, problem is it's hard to recommend this to a VR audience. Even though I'm absolutely loving it and I'm having a very good time with it, it's very difficult to recommend to people because it doesn't feel like a proper VR game. And I know that a huge portion of my audience that watch my videos and want me to be honest aren't going to have a good time with this because it's not to the quality they expect. Now, you're also seeing another issue there. Collision is a big issue. No. A big issue is actually getting your hits to land properly and feel effective. Sometimes I can bonk someone on the head and get it in one, but other times it's real rough. Oh my god, there's another dude in here. Right, well, I'm going to have to disguise myself with him real quick and just chuck him in here, aren't I? Hopefully that guy didn't see. He is absolutely oblivious. Right, there we go. We're in the good costume now. So yeah, it's very difficult to actually recommend this to a VR audience. To a flat screen gaming audience, yeah, Hitman's amazing, and it has a cool VR mode as a bonus. But if you're just a VR player, how can I tell you to go and spend £50 to £80 on this, knowing that it's missing so many of the key features that normal VR games have now? Oh, bugger. The controls also aren't amazing. Why can't I press these buttons like normally, basically? Is that the code? I've forgotten. Yay! It is. Right, give me that. Okay. Now, if you're somebody who's played, as I say, Resident Evil 7 for PSVR, or maybe you've played any of like the VR mods that have come out this year, Resi 2, Resi 3, they're good examples. Anything that modders have been working on recently, you'll kind of know what to expect here. That's how it feels. It feels like a mod rather than a proper VR game. And I think, honestly, that's what's upset a lot of people. Oh, yeah. Is the fact that they fully came into this expecting a true VR experience, and they haven't got that. They've just got a mode that feels rushed and bolted on for the sake of having it in here, which is... It's not okay. We deserve more, and people wanted more. Alright, evacuate. This is, by the way, I think anyway, one of the easiest ways to do this level. If you can pull it off. I think it's very easy. There's a few bits where you need to be quite quick. There we go. Right. So basically, I've now set off an evacuation protocol in the building. Which means the two targets are going to try and parachute off the roof and leave. Takes them a little while to get around to doing that. But when they do, I can just stand over here and shoot them as they drop down off the building, which is brilliant. Need to break that off there. There we go. Needed the crowbar for that. Okay, and that's basically where we go. Hi, you're right. How's it going? Now we just have to wait. Wait for them to jump off the building. It takes a little while. I'll give them that. There we go. There's the target. So we can keep an eye on them as they start to get close. They're panicking now because the evacuation's been set off. They go to the helicopter. They find out the helicopter can't evacuate them. And then they basically go get the parachutes, come this way, and jump off the building. And I just pew, pew, shoot them with my gun. Wait, do I have a gun? Wait. Oh, piss. Oh, piss. I don't have a gun. Oh. Okay, I've got that. But that is going to make noise. Oh, no. Okay, well, I did need a silenced pistol to do this silently. Okay. Oh, no. Okay. Well, this is going to be loud. This is not going to be this slick, silent assassination I hoped it was going to be. Bugger. Okay. So yeah, back to the point at hand. Do I think this is worth playing if you own a VR headset? Yes. And that's why I was enjoying it so much in my previous video, because I actually do really enjoy this. I see it for what it is. It is just a port of the PlayStation VR version, and I'm able to enjoy that as a free aside to the main game. But I didn't pay for it. I didn't buy it on Steam. If you'd bought it on Steam and you were a VR player and a VR player alone, oh my word, you would have every right to be frustrated and angry, because this is not good enough as a VR product. As a product that just has a VR mode, there's probably an interesting conversation to be had here. Would we prefer developers who are making flat screen games to at least attempt something and add a VR mode? Or would we rather, if they were going to do it badly, they just didn't do it at all? That, for me, is the interesting conversation. Off you come. I wish I had my silenced pistol. This is not going to go well because it's going to be very loud. Okay. Right, now we just need to shoot their parachutes. Oh, God, I can't even fully aim at them. There's one. Oh. Can't bloody hit him. He's getting away. No. Oh, he got away. You. Oh, you. Oh, you. Now, if you ask me if I prefer playing the game this way in VR, my answer is always going to be yes. I do prefer playing it in first person, seeing it all in glorious 3D, being able to look down and see my hands, even though the left one basically serves no purpose. I prefer it this way. I definitely prefer it this way. But I keep coming back to the same point. It's not good enough if you're just looking for a VR product. That's where it all falls apart. Right, get the disguise. There we go. Okay, let's make sure we've actually got a pistol this time. I've knocked both of these people out. I'm going to chuck them in this cupboard. I'm actually going to shoot them in the head. Because I'm just a nasty, nasty bastard. Alright, come on. Come on. We need to go fast, need to go fast. Okay. Sorry. Oh, horrible. What a horrible man I am. Okay, dump her in there. She was collateral damage. You know, she didn't need to die. But sadly she got in the way. He needs to die. Okie dokie. Right, come on. Let's go. I just needed your pistol. I wish you could, like, once you're in a disguise in this game, talk to other people that are in the same disguise. Maybe bring up some dialogue options. A bit RPG-esque. Initiate... Oh, look at that blood. That's a bit obvious. Initiate a conversation about... kind of like, oh, I need your pistol or something. Or I need... You know, just anything. Add a really cool extra layer of depth to Hitman that I don't think it currently has. She's on a mission. Alright, let's try that again. Let me sum up whilst these guys are doing their little running around thing before they come over here and jump off the building. Now, I am happy that this game has a VR mode, because I personally really enjoy it, but I would urge anyone who wants to play it to just get Game Pass. Get a month of Game Pass, get one of the trials that only cost £1. They do that quite a lot, and just try it that way. Don't buy it on Steam if you're just looking to play the VR component. If you're part of the VR community and you just want this because of the VR, yes, you'll have fun. I think you'll have fun. I'm able to have a lot of fun in this. But it is not a fully fleshed out and purpose-built VR game. It just isn't that. It's lacking too many basic features that we've come to expect Are they both there? Yeah, they're both there. To warrant calling it a VR game. It's not a VR game. It's a flat screen game with a VR mode tacked on. And I think we're going to see a lot more of this as VR continues to grow in popularity. Do I think that's a good thing? Kind of, because at least it's showing people's willingness to work with the tech, and it starts to push the profile of the tech forward. But it also has a negative effect. If this is the only experience someone's played, they go, bloody hell, VR's kind of rubbish, isn't it? It's not very well optimized. I didn't feel like I was actually Agent 47. So it is a complete double-edged sword. I do want more big developers to start making VR modes for their games, but I want them to put some real care into it and understand that we're not just a market that's here to be cashed in on because it's popular right now. We deserve all the accessibility options, the comfort, the immersion that we've come to expect from full VR products in these VR modes. I'm happy this is here. I really am. And I do enjoy it. It's something that I find really fun. And I'll play Hitman 3 like this. I won't play it flat screen because I do prefer this. And for me, I don't know if I've just been lucky. I don't think it looks that bad at all. I think it actually looks a lot nicer than the PSVR version, but I've heard people say it looks really bad. But I think it looks pretty damn good, pretty crisp. So this is how I'll play it. But yeah, it's a double-edged sword right now. I really don't want developers to just make VR stuff for the sake of making VR stuff. I want them to make it correctly, but I do want them to make it. I want them to actually... Come on. One. Load, load, load. Come on. Sorry. Gone into concentration mode. No. There we go. Fantastic. Fan-bloody-tastic. They're both dead now. And it's an accident. Because their parachutes broke. So, you know, it's not me. I didn't do it. It was a bloody accident. They just fell off the roof like idiots. So I can just saunter out now. Yeah, look, I just wanted to make a quick video just to address really the VR community. My audience is primarily a VR audience, and when I put out a video where I'm having a ball with Hitman, I don't want to then encourage everyone to run out and buy it on Steam and then find the product and be like, oh, this is kind of rubbish. Beardo had a good time with it. Why did he have so much fun with something that's so janky and isn't well optimized for VR? Ultimately, I wouldn't recommend you go and buy this. I'd recommend you play it via Game Pass. If you want to play it at all, get Game Pass, check it out. But be prepared to find a game that is not a VR game. It is a VR mode for a flat screen game. A VR mode for a flat screen experience. Now, don't get me wrong, I do commend IOI for making a VR port of this game in the first place. It's a huge amount of content. I'm sure it's a massive undertaking for them. But I also would like to say that I hope they continue to improve this and make it better. Because the PC VR community and the PC VR tech that we have isn't limited by the same restraints as PlayStation VR. I understand why a lot of these issues existed on that platform, but I don't really understand why they exist here on PC VR. Because we're not limited by the silly motion controls and the non-inside-out tracking. PlayStation's tracked with one camera. We shouldn't be having these problems. And I hope they address it, and I hope they spend time making this version feel like the definitive version of this game in VR. Because I think that's what we deserve. Look at that. I slipped away like an absolute assassin pro. 22,000 XP. Got quite a few different tasks done there. I'm happy with that one. Let me know down in the comments below if you've been playing Hitman VR, and more importantly, if you've been enjoying it. I genuinely think there must be people out there like me who are just enjoying this for what it is, but I don't want to discredit and brush under the carpet the criticisms that have been leveled at this game by those who bought it as a VR product. Those who came into this just intending to play it in VR and possibly even spending £50 to £80 on it as a VR game. Those people should feel angry, and they should voice their concerns and their issues with the product in its current state. I do hope IOI address it. I worry that they probably won't. They'll fix the bugs, but they won't really, I don't think, address things like left-hand support. But we'll see. I might eat my words, and I really do hope they do. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Please do leave a like, leave a comment, and hit subscribe, and I'll see you soon for another one. I probably will be playing more Hitman missions in VR on the channel because I am enjoying the game, and I do want to blast through and see if I can do some more stealthy stuff like I just did there. Hope you're all well. Take care of yourselves. See you later.